Danny, you're obviously located in a room that's set aside for video conferencing, and it's got some nice capabilities like being able to show us the slides behind your face. I'm, on the other hand, sitting in my office, messy as it is, using a webcam, and yet we're able to video conference together. Could you tell us something about the room and the facilities that are available for in a fully video conference support area?
Sure. I definitely will. Now, as you mentioned, I'm in a video conference suite, and I'll show you a little bit about what that looks like here. You're on a webcam. Some typical elements, as you can see, I've got a green screen capability built into this video conference codec. Not all of them do. I wouldn't say it's standard, but it is the case with some. You'll see the green screen literally behind me right now. I'm going to zoom my camera out a little bit to show you a bit what this looks like. I'm controlling a camera, and why don't I go to camera 2. I'm controlling a camera with a remote control, not unlike a remote control you'd use to control a television. I'm going to go to camera 2, and what you will see is this is camera 2, which is mounted to my right on the wall, and we're shining back. This is a little bit of a strange view. So we're shining back to the video conference unit that I'm broadcasting from. You can see on top a camera that is controllable through this remote control. You can move left, right, up, down. You can zoom in and out. Now, the real purpose of that, in particular with be it in a meeting or with a full class of students, the advantage over a system like this over a webcam is that you can zoom right in on people and move right to where the people are. The technology becomes transparent. It fades to the background, and it involves, you can focus on the communication as opposed to webcams such as what you're using with this piece of software on a computer is excellent solution for one-to-one video conferencing or one individual connecting with the group. Once you get to a larger group, seeing everybody in the room as a postage stamp size video, it sort of interferes with some of the communication. So this is the video conference unit here. The codec, the box that is much like a computer, which controls everything, but its own separate device, is located in the cabinet underneath those monitors, and as well you see monitors. In this case, we have 2 monitors. One monitor which shows the far end that you're connected with, and the other monitor shows my own image, because that way I can sort of see where I am relationally on the screen. Let me come back to camera 1 here. So I'm controlling that all through this microphone, or through this remote control. There is also a microphone, which I'll zoom in on a little bit. This is a multi-directional microphone that sits on the table. Very high-powered, high-quality microphone, such that it will pick up all the ambient noise in this area. Even if we were, a normal classroom of students, if this microphone were in a central location, it would pick up all the noise. A very high-powered microphone. It also has echo cancellation built right in with the microphone, connected to the codec. This might, I'm going to go back to my green screen here. What that means in terms of the audio and being able to have that echo cancellation built right in. What we see with some of the software-based systems on a computer is that the echo cancellation isn't great. So what you're hearing is, you can talk, and then it comes through the other person's speakers a fraction of a second later, and then it comes from those speakers through the other person's microphone, and we get some type of echo going on. And this, has all types of software algorithms in place that will get rid of that echo. I see you're wearing a headset microphone, so that echo, is not much of an issue with you. So again, for person-to-person video conferencing, it works quite well. Let me talk about some of the other technologies that are used with video conferencing. And I'm going to once again go out of my green screen here. So another way this data is being used, not only for presentation purposes, but for example, here I've got a document camera connected to this video conference unit through my, in this case it's connected through the computer source, and this can be used to zoom in on artifacts. We see several ways that this is being used, in particular for course delivery, where you have a teacher, we'll talk a bit more about that later, a teacher delivering full courses through video conference, some type of technologies like this, or through special guest presentations. These types of document viewers can be very useful. Finally, showing web content, and I'll give you an example of that, just so I can illustrate some of the other technologies. I'm going to switch to content. You can connect a video conference unit quite often. It comes right standard out of the box with the ability to connect to a data source of some type. In other cases, you have to buy a little device to do that, but this particular unit comes with the ability to connect right to a data source, and I'll show you what that means. So we can connect to a computer. These are my PowerPoint slides that I had running full screen as green screen. You could run that separately, as a data source. We see that being used a lot with video conferencing. You can show any type of web content through this, and it's also being used a lot with video conferencing. This is called the Earthman Jam. Good Earth Day video. So any type of multimedia, and we're seeing that more and more with, I'm back now off the data source to myself. We're seeing more and more, in fact, why don't I put it on my green screen so you can see it. This type of data, transmission using video conferencing as a secondary technology is being used more and more. I'm going to switch to camera 2 for a moment. I don't have my smartboard on. So what we're seeing sometimes, and let me just move the camera over a little bit. I'm just going to get up and come on over here. I don't have it currently activated right now, but what this is sometimes used with is sometimes with a video conference, a separate computer connected to an interactive whiteboard such as this can be used across multiple sites to connect multiple people to additional content, not unlike the data content that we were sharing through the computer. But what it can also give us is a shared whiteboard space. This is very popular amongst teachers who are delivering full courses through video conference, where we may have 2 or more other classrooms taking part in a particular lesson that's being given. And if we have a shared whiteboard space using a separate computer that has software that shares the whiteboard, SMART has a particular software, for example, called Bridget. It's spelled B-R-I-D-G-I-T. And there are other desktop collaboration software. So what Bridget will allow people using a smartboard across multiple sites to do is that using the pen and ink, or even using the keyboards or so on, other people can manipulate one shared learning space across multiple sites. And that's proven to be a very useful technology to use with the video conference. So coming back to my original location here, to summarize this piece, there are several technologies that are being used with video conference, such as document cameras, laptop computers or other computer data sources, interactive whiteboards. These are just 3, not to mention some of the more emerging technologies such as let me get back onto my slide here, such as the green screen. As you can see, it's very easy to operate. I'm certainly by no means an expert. And you can get some pretty neat things going on with this. And what it means in the end, Dr. Montgomery, is it's all about student engagement. We want to keep our participants interested and engaged in the particular video conference session we're involved with, and what this multitude of technologies, what the high quality microphones and the camera systems involved, it just makes for a seamless, transparent technology experience where students are fully engaged in the learning they're taking part in.
That's great. Certainly there's a real difference between where you are and where I am. I've got a very nice set of headphones on. They're very comfortable, but after a year, or an hour, they still get hot. I'm tied down by the very short cord to my computer, so I can't get up and walk around like you could. And trust me, if I took my headphone and unplugged it and tried to use the regular mic, we couldn't carry on this conversation. feedback on the desktop unit isn't very good.